निफद्वारा आयोजित यस कार्यक्रममा यहाँहरू सम्पूर्णलाई म स्वागत अभिवादन व्यक्त गर्दछु। आजको कार्यक्रमको सञ्चालिका सन्ध्या थापा, थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच। ताली बजाइदिनु भएको भएर चाहिँ स्पेसल थ्याङ्क यू। So yes, local cinema with global exposure. As the banner suggests, you must want to know that what do we need to do to penetrate global market. Especially Nepali filmmakerहरूको लागि फिल्म बनाउन भन्दा चलाउन निकै गाह्रो छ र ग्लोबल मार्केटमा नेपाली सिनेमालाई लान कसरी सकिन्छ होला. Let's hear some idea from our gentleman from India. Talking about our guest who will be delivering 1.5 hour lecture. He is Mr. Parminder Mazumder. Yes, he is smiling and he wanted to start off this show right on time. Right, sir? Are we on time? Okay, thank you very much. So his stay is going on here and he's enjoying, and at the same time he's the head jury of NEEF. That's why he is carrying huge responsibility with him. Thank you, sir, for carrying this responsibility. Okay, talking about him, he is remarkable in film industry in India. Likewise, talking about his extensive writing on films, he has established himself as a prominent film critic. Earning publications worldwide, his passion for cinema is not limited to his writing. He has been also a fervent critic activist in the film society movement since 1976. His contribution to the film society movement have been globally recognized, as he served as the Asian Secretary of the International Federation of Film Societies from 2010 to 2012, Vice President of the Federation of Film Societies of India from 2010 to 2014, and General Secretary of the same federation from 2014 to 2016. His influence in the film industry extends beyond India, as he is the president of the Film Critics Circle of India and the general secretary of the Indian Film Critics Association. So please put your hands together for Mr. Mazumder. Please come forward, sir. The stage is all yours, and we're looking forward to learn a lot of things from you in this session. One more time for this gentleman.
Thank you, thank you. Don't clap too much, I will be feeling nervous. And this is the problem of this social media nowadays. Whatever introduction has been given right now by Sandhya, it's all taken from Wikipedia, I think, my page. And all are back. Okay. And that also collected from their Wikipedia. And those are all backdated. So basically, I am now the General Secretary of the Indian chapter of FIPRESCI, which is the largest organization of the film critics all over the world, and also officiating the Vice President of Federation, FFSI. So don't take this masterclass so seriously. This is not at all a masterclass, because I am not a master. And this is not a class. I am basically a film society activist. I joined the film society movement, that information was correct, in 1976, and worked from the grassroots level to the apex level. Until now, I consider myself only as an activist, nothing more than that. And whatever today I am going to share with you, this is sharing of my experience in working in different fields of film society movement, film festivals, and allied issues. I was interested to take this session basically on the film society movement, but Pathak insisted me that I have to give some inputs to those filmmakers who intend to take their films worldwide. अच्छा मैं क्या अंग्रेजी में बोलूँ या हिंदी में बोलूँ? I'm very sorry that I don't speak in Nepalese. I should have learned it, but I understand Nepalese very well. But if you want, I can speak in Hindi also. That's not a problem. Or mix up. That's better. So, for those, what Pathak told me that I have to give some inputs to the filmmakers who want to take their films at the global level. And here lies the problem. Problem is that in this age of social media, it is very difficult to understand what is fake and what is original. Very, very difficult. People are sending, even I get many phone calls. सर मैं मेरा फिल्म फेस्टिवल में भेजना चाहता हूँ. मैं बोला ठीक है भेजो, कौन रुकता है, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, भेज दो, इतने सारे फेस्टिवल्स है. नहीं सर, कौन फेस्टिवल में भेजने से सबसे अच्छा रिकॉग्निशन मिलेगा. आई टोल्ड दैट इट्स अप टू यू, बट व्हाट्स द फिल्म. पहले तो फिल्म भेजो, देखने दो हमको. नो सर, आई हैव नॉट येट मेड द फिल्म. ट्रस्ट मी, many phone calls we receive like this. They have not yet made the film, but they want to send it to the festivals. If you go to Film Freeway, we'll find that probably there are more than 15,000 film festivals all over the world. In India, there are more than 3,500 film festivals. Out of those, maximum 40 to 50 are real festivals. All are fake. Few days back, I got a call from one lady from Kathmandu. Sir, I want to meet you. I told, where are you? She told, I am in Bombay because this year I got Dadasaheb Phalke Award. I got really surprised. How is it possible? Dadasaheb Phalke Award is the highest film award of Government of India, given to the legends only one award. How a citizen of Nepal can get it? Then I finally understood there is a fake film festival in Bombay that is known as the Dadasaheb Phalke Film Festival. They give 127 awards every year. Everybody can get the award if you just pay the money. And after getting that award, they post in the Facebook, I got Dadasaheb Phalke Award. Nobody is going to verify it. What's that? There will be 200 likes within 1 hour, 400 likes within 2 hours. This type of things are happening all the time. So really we are living through a very complicated and bad time during this age of social media. Before making films, people want to send it to the festivals without verifying whether the festivals are real or fake. They post in the social media. And lots of festivals are mushrooming, just a startup business. So I told Pathak, okay, चलो इसमें थोड़ा बात कर लेते हैं, मेरा भी कुछ चर्चा हो जाएगा, हम भी समझ सकेंगे क्या हो रहा है चारों तरफ. तो so I agreed to, sorry, इसमें पानी का बोतल नहीं चाहिए हमको, ये डाउन एरो में जाएगा ना स्पेस में. Okay. So we will be speaking on this only on the cinema which we want to take in the global arena. So these are basic definition of cinema. Why I written it? इसमें जो local issues है जो हम global में ले जा सकते हैं. One is exposure of reality. Second is it's a director medium and many people are associated with it. So when we are taking cinema to global arena, we basically are taking our root, our land, our culture, these things globally. And through cinema, it is most convenient. If I write a novel, If somebody else is reading it, they need a translated translation. But for cinemas, because it's a visual medium, basically, forget about the dialogues and other things. Even without the dialogues, there are so many good films are made, and with minimum dialogues also. I am not talking about the film which are verbose, like commercial films. So in cinema, there is an inherent quality to take my local issues at the global arena. This is the most rich medium which can perform these duties. So we'll be basically discussing about two types of films. We are not discussing advertisement films, corporate films, project works. We'll be not discussing that. Only the fiction and non-fiction of different lengths, which generally travels to other countries through the festivals and also by theatrical release or OTT release, etc. उसका पहले सोचना पड़ेगा क्यों हम फिल्म बनाते हैं. These are I have found, after interaction with so many friends who are making films of different ages, very young filmmakers, जैसे कि यहाँ दीपंकर बैठा है, गौरव बैठा है, they are very famous now. Their first time films got many awards in India also. Why they make film? Somebody make film to earn money, जैसे आदित्य चोपड़ा बनाते हैं, उनका फिल्म बनाने का कुछ अलग मकसद है. करण जौहर बनाते हैं, कोई पॉपुलर होने के लिए बनाते हैं फिल्म. Very quickly, it can give you the limelight if you are a successful person. To create something new, that is the most important thing, to expose your creativity through cinema, artistic pleasure, and to communicate your thoughts and ideas. Propaganda film बनते हैं, political film जो बनते हैं, that is on that last point. सबसे पहले, these are the main features. When we make some film, if we want to take that film outside our boundary or this niche audience, if I want to take my film, first we have to select a particular subject or category. Beyond this also there should be something. I have just alphabetically written some points that a filmmaker has to identify that on which category he is going or she is going to tell her or his story. And you see, this for making of films, so many people are involved. So many. That's a very interesting thing of filmmaking. A film cannot be made by a single person. There are some filmmakers I have seen in India also. They are taking many responsibilities. Who is the director? He or she is producing. He or she is writing the story and script. Production designing also been done by him or her. But some other places, technical issues, they have to take help of other persons. So cinema is never an individual creation. It is never an individual creation. There is a community feelings when you are going to make a film. So when we are taking our film, outside our geographical boundaries, then we are not only taking myself, but also other people who are involved with us. So while judging a film, we give very much importance. Suppose the director is from India, producer from India, story is an Indian, but technicians are all foreigners, mostly. generally we don't respect those films very much. Generally. We need the films which are basically, most of the people associated with the film, these people, should be from that country. If it is not like that, we have some doubt about the originality of the film. Because everybody has the contribution in the film. Everybody. I am not giving the references because it will be unnecessarily long. If I tell that Pather Panchali by Satyajit Ray could never have been made if Subrata Mitra was not there as the cinematographer, if Bongshi Chandragupta was not there as the art director, it never had been made. Ravi Shankar was not there as the music director. Charulata could never have been made if Madhavi Mukherjee was not there as the heroine. I'm not going to those details, but from this you understand that each and every one has to perform their role to make a classic which can go beyond border and which could be remembered forever. Otherwise, it is not possible. So while making the narrative films, we have to consider these issues, that all these issues should be very much rooted. When I'm making a film in India or in Nepal or in Bangladesh, wherever I am making, all these things should be very much rooted. Otherwise, there will be some problem that it will not be accepted. कोई कोई फिल्म मेकर बनाते हैं, अपने देश को छोड़कर बाहर जाके रहते हैं, but they are compelled to do that for some political reasons. But it's a very rare event. When I have no problem to stay in my country, I can make films on my own terms and conditions. When I'm making an Indian film, India का मिसाल देने से problem क्या होता है? There is no Indian films as such. There is Bangladeshi film, there is Nepalese film, there is Chinese film, but there is no Indian films. There is Tamil film, there is Telugu film, there is Hindi film, Assamese film, Bengali film, but no Indian film as such. Bollywood sometimes try to expose them as that they are the representative of India, but that is very much vague thing. Even the size of the industry of Telugu cinema or Tamil cinema, much bigger than the Bollywood. Much bigger. Anyway, these are the, you know that now the documentaries, tomorrow Etami will take class on documentary. Documentaries are very, very important for international festival circuit, even for the awards, acceptance, everything. Even different channels also purchasing the documentaries. You have just came to know 3 days before that India got 1 Oscar on the documentary itself. 2 documentaries was contesting from India. 1 got the award. So for when we are making the documentaries, we have to give importance to these facts mainly. There are others also. Yes, I have jotted down a few ones. So documentaries can take our own culture, our own root, everything to the world. And that is much transparent than narratives. So while making documentaries also, we have to signify or we have to specify some topics on which we are going to make the documentary. So there are others, so many other things also. There is no such specific topics, but these are the main things on which we can focus while we are making the documentaries. Now we have decided that what we are going to do. Are we going to make a narrative film, or we are making to documentary, then what we will need too much is the funding. Where from the money will come? Who will give us the money? These are the main sources mainly, where from the money will come. Nowadays, the crowdfunding films are getting very popular also. Small funding. Last one film you know about, you have heard about it. A film was made in Manipur, in India, in Manipuri language, Lady of the Lake. Hawam Pavan Kumar made that film. First he made a documentary, then he made a feature on that. That film was made only on 11 lakhs rupees on Indian currency. And the first, that was shown in Berlin also. That was the last official entry of Berlin from India. And the first award it got is 30 lakhs rupees. First one. Mami Golden Gate Award, it got it. Thereafter we got many awards also. It's a very good films. So, I don't think that fund is a very, just now today morning myself and Biplab is a much more experienced than me in this festival circuit, which is from Bangladesh. He was telling about a film which became very famous there in Bangladesh recently. It was made only of 6 lakhs rupees, and that to Bangladeshi currency. That means it comes in Indian terms, it be 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs. So, we don't have to make a film like Pathan with 100 crores. Not necessarily. That will not be remembered forever. After 2 years or 3 years, everybody will forget it. But these films will be remembered. So, a good cinema does not always need a big amount of money. So here also in the one crowdfunding film is there from Bangladesh in this festival also. So these are the main sources where from we get the money, because money is a very important factor. Then after making the film, what should we do with the film? We have to go to the market. We have to make a plan, strategy, mechanism, whether it will be aggressive marketing or not. We cannot do the aggressive marketing like Bollywood biggies. They book all the theaters in India before, if Salman Khan or Shah Rukh Khan films is getting released, far before the release, they booked all the multiplexes, all the single screen theater for running those films, because they have to recover the money immediately. So we cannot go for these aggressive marketing strategies. We have to make some other plans how to take those films in the domestic market, in the overseas market, how to utilize the social media for advertisement without any cost, how we can find the sales agent and distributors at the national or international level, and how should we cover the festival circuit. The most crucial point, how to take those films in the festival circuit. So you see, the festivals also, this is just 20 festivals I have listed according to their date of foundation. These are very, very authentic film festivals, and after these also there are many. So, if the film is there in Berlin Festival, or in Cannes, or in Karlovy Vary, or in Locarno, or even in Moscow also, immediately you will get you may get buyers, you may get sales agents to take your film in different countries, to send the film to different festivals. So, this is the basics of the film festivals, why most of the film makers are interested to take their films to different festivals. Because the film festivals has got a very big role to expose a film in the global market to the global audience. In this list, there is only one festival from India, that is IFFI, which was started in 1952. Just this year we have 53rd edition. Now it has been shifted to Goa, and other festivals are there. But how could you judge what I am just telling in the initial level? How could you judge that this festival is an authentic festival or it's a fake festival? How to judge that? Most of the film festival has got the entry fees. So those who are doing the business, they are taking those money. I one day in our federation office, in India, this film society network is very big. We have got more than 350 film societies in India and more than 100 campus film societies in different universities and colleges. And these are being monitored by 5 regional offices in India. In the east in the Kolkata, north in Delhi, west in Mumbai, south in Hyderabad, and in Kerala, Trivandrum. Because in Kerala itself, we have got more than 110 film societies, all are active. And also we have our central office in Kolkata also. So this film society circuit in India is really strong. It has got a big role to develop the film culture in India. Even the first university which came up in the entire South Asia, where the film studies was introduced as a curriculum with a graduation and post-graduation degree. After that, it spread in different other universities also, was in Calcutta, in Jadavpur University, and that was under advice of Satyajit Ray himself. So now we are celebrating 75 years of film society movement in India. The first film society, active society, was established in 1947 in Kolkata. It was by Satyajit Ray. And federation was also established by Satyajit Ray in 1959. So he has got a very immense role for spreading film culture in not only making, but spreading film culture in India. So how to judge a film festival? We get many complaints regularly in the federation office that this festival has cheated me, taken money from me, like this. We tell them one thing: why are you giving? Why are you giving the submission fee without knowing it? But really, there is no some checkpoint or filter. How can you justify or judge whether a festival is original or fake? I just have jotted down some few points to identifying a right festival. You have to check the history and background of the festival. Go to their website. Not only their website, sometimes their website also falls. You just go to the net and find that how long that festival is working, where it is working, who are the people behind it. That is very, very important. The peoples behind the festival, awards and honors they are giving, composition of jury, who are the jury in different years, whether those are supported by the government, directly or indirectly, and the international organizations which are supporting those officially accredited. That is very, very important. If you find that all these checkpoints are okay, then only you apply. Otherwise, don't. You may be cheated. Not that you will be cheated, but there is chance. So, these are the main organizations or forums which give accreditation to the big festivals. One is FIAP. You know that FIAP is a producers organization. It was established in 1933 in Paris. So there are 30 leading film producing countries are its members, and they mainly regulates these important festivals all over the world. So if it is a FIAP approved festival, then you may be 90% sure that your film is going to a right festival, and there is a chance to get the global exposure. There is a chance if the film is good. So these are the countries, the member countries who are there in FIAP. I made this list 2 years before. I don't know whether any organization has been added after that, maybe or may not be. In this subcontinent, only from India, there are two organizations. One is Film Federation of India. Film Federation of India is the biggest organization of the film producers and distributors of India, and NFDC. So there is a good chance for Nepal. Pathak can take a chance to take their membership. It's very, very important. So the festivals FIAP accredited are mostly the competitive film festivals. Very few competitive film festivals is there in their list. And some competitive specialized film festivals are there, and non-competitive film festival, and documentary and short film festivals. These are the four categories which they give accreditation after many checks and balances. They come, their representative come. During every festival, they stay. They look after the management, projection, everything. Projection is a very important issue there for FIAP approved festivals. If the projection is bad, they may withdraw the accreditation as well. Here are some competitive festivals which is approved by FIAP. Only 17 competitive film festivals are there. Out of 17, 3 are from India. One is Bangalore, another is Kolkata. Sorry, I have missed Kerala also. I missed it. And IFI is there. This list was also made before COVID. It may have increased by now. So if you are sending the films for the competition of any of this festival, you may be very sure that your film is going to be exposed globally. There is no doubt of it. So this is one criteria to take a film, a local film, to the global market. There are other organizations as well, like FIPRESCI. This is the Federation of the Film Critics. It was in 1930, it was established in Brussels. Now it has got awards in 80 plus prestigious film festivals all over the world, including all A++ festivals like Cannes, Berlin, Locarno, Carlo Vivari, all festivals. They have got the jury in this festival. So a festival which is using FIPRESCI logo, supported by FIPRESCI, you may be sure that it is an authentic film festival. So these are some parameters only. Not that beyond it are the all bad festivals, I'm not telling that, but this is for surety. Another is IFFS, International Federation of Film Societies. 20 national federations are the member of, more than 20 are IFFS, and IFFS jury conferred the Don Quixote Awards at 13 festivals in Europe, and only one in Asia, and that is Nepal Film Festival. They have given the accreditation 3 years before. The president of IFFS, Joao Paulo Macedo, came here. And this year we are having IFFS's former vice president, Ghulam Rabbani Biplab, with us. He is the former vice president of IFFS. He is heading the IFFS jury this year. So if any festival is using this logo drawn by Pablo Picasso, this logo was drawn by him for IFFS, you can rest assured that festival is an authentic festival. Another organization is NetPack. It was founded in 1990. It has got 29 countries, it has got members, and 20 plus film festivals they have given accreditation. So any festival using this logo of NetPack, you may stay assured that it is an authentic festival as well. These are these things, the checkpoints where you can check it, that's all. Now, to make films, you need money. Where from you will get the money? There are so many agencies, so many, which are giving funding, giving grants to make your film, conducting labs. Here I have written just a few these are the categories for which they give funding. This type of categories are there for which you may get the film grants. And the agencies are here, I think. Next slide. This type of agencies, they give the grants. Many such other agencies are there who will be giving you the grants, will take care to monitor your film, sending the films to different places, suggest you the right festivals. They will suggest you to find the good sales agents. So there are many others. For LGBTQ, there are specialized funding agencies. For women's issues, there are different funding agencies. So we have to find it out properly. Then after making the film, you have to go to the film markets. You have to take your film to the markets. There are many markets where you can take your projects from the script level to the work in progress level, after the finishing of the film, before going for the final work at the lab, any stage you can go. Every market has got their own rules and regulations. You may study those, and at any level, you can go to them for funding, for grant, for other support systems also. And this is the final stage. After you make the films, everything is ready. You have to take your film to the sales agents. The sales agents generally attend all those markets. Here are some big sales agents. They attend these markets. They pick up the films from there. They take your film to the global arena. So if you can find such sales, if your film is acclaimed or awarded in any festival, big festivals, sales agent generally, you have to contact or they will contact you, and then you can take your film to other places also. So these are the steps through which you can take your local film for the global exposure. Okay? So thank you. My speech is over. If you have got any questions, you can ask me. And also I will request Biplav to give some answers, because he knows much more than me, because he is a filmmaker also. His film competed in Toronto Film Festival. It's a very prestigious film festival, 2 times, his first 2 films. So I am working with him for a long time. He's a long-time friend. So I'll request you to come. If anybody has some questions, you can reply also. Please come.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a jury from Bangladesh. He's Mr. Biplav. And yes, उहाँसँग केही questions छ भने पनि यहाँले सोध्न सक्नुहुन्छ. Please, do we have anyone who has a question?
Any question regarding this film market, how to send films, what should be the criteria, anything you can ask, how to take your film globally. Even the silly questions also you can ask, no problem. Someone speak, otherwise we have to finish it immediately. That will be bad. Because they allocated 90 minutes for us. I think it is only 10 minutes, no? Please.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you for your inspiring lecture, and I have a question that's not related directly to the distribution, but it's more related to the perception of Asian cinema. We can talk about Indian cinema, but maybe it would be more interesting to talk about smaller cinemas in Asia and their perception in the West, because as we could see from the lists, the majority of funding still comes from the West, from Europe or the States or Canada. The West, unfortunately, still has some kind of, I would say, prejudices or stereotypes of fixed images or something they do expect to see in Asian cinema. So, and I think that's also a challenge that young filmmakers should think about. Should they comply with the Western expectations in their aesthetics, in the narratives, in the topics they choose, or how to find, I would say, a balance, or how to find a compromise in order to get Western funding?
A very, very good question, Atami, because today morning while we are having the breakfast, myself and him, we are discussing about some Indian and Bangladeshi films. Same thing he was telling, the problem is in this subcontinent that we are very much Eurocentric. We are designing our films how Europe will watch that film. How it will go to Cannes, how it will go to Berlin. We are not. It is not that area that Ritik Ghatak is making film on his own terms and conditions without bothering from who will take it or who will not take it. Now, at the basic level, they are designing their plans, everything, that it should be Eurocentric. Europe should like that film. And these all funding agencies which I have listed, they are also doing the same thing because they are giving fund on that. Because when they are monitoring a script, from the script level, they are monitoring that this should be very much Eurocentric. Your look should be towards Europe, not to the East. So they are in Indian film critics world. Nowadays it is very, very relevant question now that Indian critics, some scholars are telling we should not read a film from the point of view of an Western person. We should read the film from the point of view of Eastern person, scholar. So it's not very relevant. You may add something here.
Okay, just a few sentences. Actually, there is nothing to be frustrated or disappointed with this reality, because still there are some opportunity where we can take our stand with our originality, with our own identity. Yes, that is possible still, though it's a very small number of places still we have. For example, I tell you, if anyone have experience with Shanghai International Film Festival, and if you follow the, Shanghai is one of the top film festival and one of the top three of Asia. And in terms of audience, they are the #1 in the world, according to audience, and they have big market also. So if you follow the selection of Shanghai Film Festival, and if you follow the same year, the European big film festivals and American big festival like Toronto, Sundance, if you will find that Sundance don't care which film has been premiered, Shanghai, don't care which film has been premiered in a big film festivals in Europe, Cannes, Berlin, Venice. Yes, they have some films from Cannes, Berlin, Venice, but they have their own character of selection. So they are very much Asian. They always look for original story from the original land. So this is one platform, Shanghai. There are many others. And another is Toronto. Toronto is the second largest film festival in the world. It's a big, really big. And #1 in the North America. So if you follow the selection of Toronto, you will find that they have diversity of their selection, different type of films, different type of style, master filmmakers, new filmmakers, they accommodate all of them. So there are some other places also, like Toronto and Shanghai also. There are small film festivals. They have their originality, and they're always looking for original stories, some national cinemas, which becomes international after screening. So we have valid reason to be hopeful for our future. Thank you.
That's a good addition. Yeah, please, give him the mic.
So I have one question. Do you think that Western distributors are biased towards Asian film fraternity, or they are as transparent and neutral they claim to be? Do you think that they have some preconceived notion towards the, Asian films and cinemas? Thank you.
Asian distributors, actually, it's European distributors. It's not the crisis of European distributors. It's a crisis is in the society. People want to watch that type of film. So they want to see us with their own eye, with their own preconception. So distributor always promotes that type of films. And for art house cinema, you will find that most of the distributors, they're getting money for promotion, distribution promotion for their local authorities, maybe from the regional authority, municipality, national fund, European fund, many types of fund for distribution. So to get these funds, or sometimes they prefer this sort of cinema. Okay, there is a possibility that European audience will watch this film, or even when they will propose for fund, the people who will take the decision for funds, they will select this film. So this is not very simple. It's a complicated process. So I'm a filmmaker, and I believe that I have to make my film. If it becomes my film, then it will create its position and place. So all the filmmakers, my opinion is, yes, make your film. Then it will create your space.
Same thing we used to tell these aspirant filmmakers who want to take their stuff to the global arena, that earlier the filmmakers used to make films and the festivals were behind them, after them. Please send your film, we want to show it. Now they are making films, and first they are doing the network. Then who are the programmers, who are the curators, whom should I make a network, which festivals we should make the films. So totally it has been opposite. So they are getting trapped very easily also. If you are making, just as like Biplab told right now, अगर मैं मेरा अपना चीज़ मेरा अपना ज़मीन पे बैठ के अपने हिसाब से बनाना चाहता हूँ, तो एक दिन ना एक दिन लोग आएगा मेरे पास मेरे चीज़ लेने के लिए, मुझको बेचने के लिए इधर उधर घूमने का ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगा. मैं ये बोलता हूँ लोगों को, कोई माने या ना माने, that is their issues. That is the thing.
Do we have other questions? If not, I would like to ask you one question. So yes, you have extensively included how can we go in the global arena in terms of film festival. Can you throw a few a few reviews on the film that you have watched in this film festival, and how do they get into the global market, not only in festival but also to reach market in India, let's say?
This is very difficult because both of us are the jury. He is in the IFFS jury, I am in the main jury. If we tell now that which films are very good prospect, it will be very dangerous. So who will not get the award, they will kill me. They will kill me. I already disclosed it. So it is not possible. But all the films which were selected, those are very, very good films, very good films. Particularly the Nepalese film which are there in the national section, also in the international section, excellent films. We enjoyed it like anything. What I feel basically, I told earlier edition when I came here also, I told the same thing. मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि जब हम film curate करते हैं ना, this from this subcontinent, it is very difficult to get Nepalese film. मैंने पाठक को कितने बार बोला film भेजो, हाँ, only Mohan Rai is here, not here.
Not here today.
Okay, yesterday I met him. I got only one film from him. Most of the filmmakers are very reluctant to send their films even. So if you want to send your films, you have to come forward, no? So that is another thing. So these very good films, we would have get this type of films which are there in this competition, we could have sent to different festivals. They may have been acclaimed there, got awards also. So all the films are good films. Regarding other countries' film, I should not mention right now because that could be a hint for so better.
Actually,
So how to penetrate market? Let's talk on that if you cannot share your review on any of the movies.
okay, not only for cinema, the world market is not for us. We are just consumer, and the controller is others. So they will decide who will come to this market and what will buy them. So I tell you that world cinema market is really difficult for us, especially for Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, this sort of country. India has a big market because of the almost largest population. China or India, largest population in the world. So there are many Indian origin people. During last 100 years, 1,000 years, they are migrating all over the world. So they have some market. But for small nations from this part, even from Africa, it's difficult to get access to the global cinema market. Yes, where is our market? If you just review the noted films and remarkable films from this region for last 10 years, these films were awarded in different film festivals. But how many films were released abroad? Very few, very few. So our market is still the OTT, the new market. Earlier it was television. The thing is, festival can create access for this film to this new market, and even some cultural market for television and other purpose. Otherwise, our market is very small. So the question is, someone can ask, so how can we make film? So we have to explore our own market, number one, and we have to make film with very minimum budget. Then we can survive as a filmmaker, our film industry can survive. If we want to depend on West, no, we won't be able to survive. So we have to survive in our own land, and then regional market, and the Western market is truly far from us, truly far. So best thing is to explore our own market.
Okay, generating economy is really very problematic when it comes for movie market in Nepal. So you have talked about grants. So can you just tell us how can we utilize grants in a right way? Is the grant enough? Sometimes it's not.
Regarding
right?
market, I will add something.
Regarding grants, yes, it is really nice to get a grant. But if you go back to the history of the grants, how these grants has been created, why these grants have been created, to help, to promote the art, to help the artist, or to control the artist, to censor the art. We have to check these things. Actually, nowadays, I have to make a project before making film, and project should meet the criteria of the funds. So I have to censor myself in the beginning, in the thinking level. I have to censor myself. Okay, I have to do this thing, then I will get this grant. So, and after grant, there are many restrictions. Yes, for example, the most known European fund for this region is, no, Hubert was a small fund. The, for a French South Fund, okay? You are, maybe you, as Nepali filmmaker, you have got South Fund. Taka money, they will not give you. They will give the money to the French co-producer with a long pages with many conditions. 50% or 60% or 70% money you have to spend in Europe, or 50% you have to spend in France, and then you have to spend. You have the freedom to spend money to the country of origin. So, well, these funds are useful, helpful, but it's not like the propaganda, like the publicity. It's some very few percentage of the grant you can spend in your own land, the original land of the cinema. So, okay, still we can try for grant. If we get minimum support, that is also important for us. But at the same time, it is important to finish the film, complete the film, to make the film. This is important. I know many of my friends, they are spending many years to make international co-production, and they are applying for this grant, and then wasting their time actually. So best thing is, if you have money in your land, maybe small money, if you can make the film with that money, as you can invest that money, then you can try to get back the money from your own land first. I don't believe that we can survive on other people. We have to survive our own. So fund, okay, we can try for fund, because they also need to give money to some people. Okay, if their fund criteria match my criteria, my thinking, then I can take their money. But if to get the fund, I change my position, then end of the day, my cinema will not get the stand.
Everywhere I just give this example of Malayalam cinema. You see, in the last 20 years in India, the Malayalam film industry has developed like anything. It's a very big film industry now. And they all the time they survive on their own viewers. Now other people of India also watching Malayalam cinema through subtitles, through OTT platforms also. But very low budget Malayalam films are doing very beautiful business, not only in Kerala, because so many Malayalis are there in Abu Dhabi and this part of Arabian countries. So they are creating their own fund from them. And the quality of films is so original, so beautiful. Young filmmakers are coming up all the time. So Malayalam film industry is now a phenomenon in Indian cinema. Also for Tamil and Telugu, I told you, the Tamil and Telugu people are never very much complacent. They don't bother for whether other people are watching their film or not, because the size of the industry is so big. They can, when Amitabh Bachchan was getting a huge amount of money, that time Chiranjeevi's per day remuneration was much more than Amitabh Bachchan. So they can invest. They're investors, they're viewers. They watch one film 10 times, 15 times they watch those. So it's true what Biplab told, that we have to create our own audience, we have to create our own market. Otherwise, looking to the West will lead us to nowhere, basically. And even these people who are taking these films, this market from this sales agent, they are not releasing those films also. What they do, they just send the film to different festivals and taking money from there. Recently, Raya Sadatat was a big problem. Her film was being taken, asked for by many festivals. But she sold that film later to the president. She was not in a position to send this film because all the time the distributors come inside and no, we have to give $500. Raya telling that I am not getting any money, only they are taking because I have just given. That is another problem for the filmmakers.
Yeah, Dada, it's nice to listen. Actually, just to attend and just to listen this sort of program, is somehow it's some kind of empowering and then, let's say, empowering event for us. From another point of view, it's equally humiliating for we kind of filmmaker from a global south that, every time in this kind of festival, some few people will come and then they just let us know or let us educate or let us inform that how to get a grant from Western world. And then simply, it romanticized, it idealized, and it simply showcased the first world as a giver and then with the filmmaker from third world as a receiver, And then it feels, equally humiliating when you will start the process, and you have to go through all sort of bureaucratic hurdles, Even it takes 5 years to get fund from all those sort of international mechanism. And I would like to give the example that one of our emerging filmmakers who already released his film in 2014, he just simply ran behind the international funding, and in this 10 years, he's not being able to bring his next film. And then all sort of activities are deep political economic interest that how to control the filmmakers from third world. And if you can control simply 100 filmmakers from only from South Asia, then you simply can imagine that how much money, first of all, simply they will become too old, That's why we can simply sense the strong sense of political economic interest behind all kind of funding. And then what I appreciate is that though he spoke for 3 days in this same forum, it's a guy called Dob Simmons that he said that you guys are not a beggar, Don't beg the money. Make a film with your own money and then you just sell it to the Western world or global world, Don't run after the, international funding. Only the Dob Simmons, he said. Otherwise, every time it gives different kind of perception. Just like you as a film activist, what I want to ask that Parmendra Da is that, I know that there is a bazaar, this film bazaar in Goa. As a film activist in your whole career, have you ever empowered any new film activist or ever tried with your government that just to develop a big fund, just like in Cansport, in Venice, anywhere, just like in India, have you ever tried in your own country? Or Biplav Da also, I would like to ask that Dhaka International Film Festival, recently they have announced this script lab called North-South Initiation or North-South Collaborative, yeah, something North-South, something like that. As an important person from Bangladesh and an important person from International Film Society also, have you ever tried with your own government to develop that kind of funding? Because in Nepal, we have an example, just like Nepal government has started this story bank concept. Now, at least it is funding, at least it is funding. It's some kind of, some kind of a good sign the Nepal government has shown. And then, one film campus, Nepal Film Campus is funding 10 short stories, and our government is funding for feature film, so that, and then how long we'll run after this so-called fast toll and then developing some kind of, Eurocentric and all sort of, this kind of, what I can say that, let's say it's simply in a rude sense, it's a beggar mentality, So that, I just want to hear from you both that, just the people of Da has mentioned that, there should be some kind of, we should be able to develop our own funding or local funding. So both of you might have done a local initiation or country level initiation, so that we would like to listen that part of, things from you both. Thank you.
Before going to Bangladesh, I'm just giving you some example from India, because as I told you that there is no one country called India. In India, there are so many Indias. So for Indian perspective, it is very difficult to say yes or no. Suppose if you take the example from the Karnataka government. Karnataka government is spending lots of money, crores of rupees they are giving for funding filmmakers. Every year they are making 30 lakhs, 60 lakhs they are funding for each and every film, for the first and second film. They are giving funding. If you get your film to any FIAP approved festivals in India or outside, they will give you incentive for making next film. They have got a fantastic film policy in Karnataka. In Kerala, they are producing films, KFDC, Kerala Film Development Corporation. They are producing film with the new filmmakers. And there is reservation for the girls also, women filmmakers. So at least 2 films of the women filmmaker. In Maharashtra government, they are spending lots of money for making films. So different governments have different film policies. There is no Indian film policy as such. And this Film Bazaar is basically a NFDC's product. NFDC is the National Film Development Corporation of India, which is no more a government organization now. They have changed the rule, they have changed the act. Now it is National Film Development Corporation of India Limited. Now it's a profit-earning company. We have fought a lot for last 3 years for this merger issue. You know that in Indian cinema history, merger issue came out as a very, very big issue. They have taken Directorate of Film Festivals, which was a government organization. They have taken National Film Archive of India, which is a government organization. They have taken National Film Archive, everything under the NFDC's banner. And NFDC has been turned to the private limited company. So it's a very big issue. You will find so many national seminars we did, all are available in the internet also. But we could not resist because this government is very adamant on that issue. But the provincial governments are doing very good work. Many, not all. In Bengal, there is no such project. Earlier there was. They used to produce films also, giving grants to different, even Mrinal Sen got grants, Buddhadev Dasgupta got grants for making films, Utpal Datta got grants for making films. So many people got grants, but now they have stopped it. So different government have different policies. Okay, but we cannot say that in India they are not supporting, and we cannot say also they are supporting too much. So both things are there. So it depends upon the provincial government's own policies. Regarding Bangladesh, you can add.
In Bangladesh, as I remember, the first government-supported film is Surjo Dighal Bari. It's a very noted film in the history of Bangladesh. It was released in 1980 or 81. And from that, every year, Bangladesh government giving financial support to some films. And sometimes we have got some good films, but most of the times the selection procedure is controlled by ruling party. So the right person did not get the fund. Even right now, for last 5 years, Bangladesh is giving, our government is giving, I think, altogether 15 or 18 crore Bangladesh taka, which is 15 lakh or 18 lakh US dollar. And this year and last year, one film received grant 90 lakhs for production. It's not small amount in Bangladesh. It's a big amount in Bangladesh for Bangladeshi cinema. So Bangladesh is giving grant for, government is giving a grant for last 40 years. But you will find, to propose your government, you will find many other examples. For example, in Europe, we are talking about the grants for other national, but every country has their own grants, and many grants. The central government grants, regional grants, and some other municipality grants, so many grants. So for their own national citizen. Your European Commission is another.
Just like Old Cinema Fund, they have a grant. But, to get a fund from there, you should have a co-production company from Germany and Netherlands. And so if you can't develop any relationship with co-production company from Netherlands, Germany, or other European countries, you are not eligible to apply for that fund, Old Cinema Fund. So that one hand, the name is Old Cinema Fund, and on the other hand, you should have relationship with European companies, And then,
yes.
so that,
you should,
don't you think it's humiliating?
you should have one European co-production company.
Yeah.
Then you can apply.
And in our context, our government has not signed any co-production treaty, and in our policy, they have not clearly mentioned that, how it works. Yeah. So that, and then every time it gives some sense of, encouragement, but, in the deep level, it's equally frustrating for us, That's why what I express my wrath is that, it works for few filmmakers, but it doesn't work for huge numbers of filmmakers.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
so let's make a plan that which will work for huge number of filmmakers, and we'll be able to fulfill our dream. That is the thing. My key interest is that.
Yes. Thank you.
Basically, I am very much with you. Ideologically, if you tell, we from the Film Society movement, we never encourage this type of thing. We always tell, if possible, make your own film standing on your own foot. You take the grant from your provincial government, no problem is there. That is fine. They are not controlling you anyway from the conception level to the production level. They are not going to control you. But because of this festival, whatever I have told right now, I don't support it at all. I just give some inputs there. These are the processes. But I also know, if you take their funding, they will control you, monitor you from the very basic level, from the concept level to the final level. And your outlook should have to be the Eurocentric or the Western. So what is the use of making film? I can sell potatoes in the market. We can earn much more money for making the films. So if I'm making a film, I should stand on my own feet. So we always appreciate the independent filmmakers who are making the films. As because they are sitting here, this Gaurav, this Dipankar, Dipankar has made his film from his own money. Nobody has given him the money. Gaurav also like that. Friends have given the money. Fantastic film. He got the best award in Best Indian Film of the Year award from Fipresky, he got it. So it does not depend at all whether you are taking, you don't have to look to the West. No need is there. There is no need at all.
Yeah. My last opinion is that just like this kind of our psychology has been manipulated in that level that just before a few days our few filmmakers, they gave an interview to one of the national dailies of Nepal that their film didn't get the Oscar award because they didn't have money to promote their film. And then I would simply like to ask Dada that before a few years Ismail Pinky from India, it got the award, isn't it? It's a low budget production and it's a simple film. And this year also Indian documentary got the award.
Yes.
Do you think that only because of the money, that those film they were eligible to get an Oscar award? What do you think like that? Because yeah, just I would like to listen from you that is it only the money to get the award?
No. I don't think so. Because we cannot discriminate like this. That those who are giving the awards in academy, that means Oscar award or in the Golden Globe, there are the juries there. Money could be a factor for lobbying. Because in Oscar, you have to do lots of lobbying is there. For the big films, which are the main competitions, maybe to go there. When this Rima Das's films was there in the Oscar contest, Assam government gave her 1 crore rupees just for going there to meet the people for lobbying. So lobbying is a term already accepted. And for that money is needed. Government gave that money to her. She went there, but she did not get the award. But is this Elephant Whisper? So Shonak's films, which was in the contest, those are very low budget films. They made that film on their own. They didn't have to spend the money to get that award. So for Oscar, I cannot say because it's an industry thing. I am not talking about the industry thing. It is the biggest, Academy Award is the biggest industry of the world, film industry. So I have no idea about it. I never have gone there. I never have been the jury there. So I don't know what happens there. But for other things, which is the art house cinema or other film festivals which we were talking about so far, these big film festivals like Cannes, Berlin, Moscow, Karlovy Vary to these festivals, we have big respect for the jury members. So if they find some films is good to get the award, that means that films are good to get the award. And from there, it could be picked up by other festivals. So that could be a good exposure. And for this funding, granting, everything, I always oppose these things. Don't look at the West. Let the West look at the East.
No. From 2002, we are regularly submitting Bangladeshi film to Oscar foreign language competition. Now it is international, best international film. So in Bangladesh, Bangladesh Federation of Film Societies is the submission authority from Bangladesh. And when we started this procedure, I was the Secretary General of Bangladesh Federation of Film Societies, and you may heard one name, the Matir Moina Claybird, one film by, debut film by Tarek Masood. We started with that film. Well, we need money to promote cinema. We need money to promote our any product. It's a mineral water or shampoo, everything. So Oscar is a market. When we are submitting this film from the national, as a national submission, when Oscar is big award. Why big award? Because of publicity. Because of publicity. So who decide about Oscar? The members of Motion Picture Academy. They have many members. So when my film has been submitted there, now my responsibility as producer to promote this cinema, to inform about this cinema to all the members. So that costs money. This money doesn't cost to get any support from the member, only to inform them that they will come to watch the film. That's enough. Their opinion is independent. We cannot change their opinion with the money. It is very difficult. So, for example, we from 2020 we have already submitted 19 films or 20 films to foreign language competition from Bangladesh. And none of the producers of these 20 films spent $1 for its promotion, film's promotion. So it's not necessary that if you submit there, then you need to spend money there. Not necessary.
Any more questions?
Do we have any more questions? I think we are left with 5 minutes at least. If you have, we can take one more question. Okay, if not, then I think we have to wind up. Thank you so much for insightful session. And I believe cinema making is filled with ironies because we get to know about grants to make movies. However, grants are not enough. We have to explore global, local medium, right? We have to generate money from our local market to go to global arena. And that's the irony, I believe. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And thank you for tolerating us for a long time.
With pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mazumder. Thank you, Biplav, sir. And thank you, Dr. Idami Borjan, for having time for us. So having said this, we're winding up. Tomorrow there'll be more sessions. Don't forget to join. NIF मा तपाईले मुभी पनि हेर्नु भएको छ होला कतिजनाले 4वटा थिएटर्स रहेको छ काठमाडौँमा तपाईले त्यहाँ गएर नेपाली सिनेमा र अरु भाषाको डकुमेन्ट्रीज शर्ट फिल्म्स र फिल्म्स हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. Don't miss that भन्दै आजको लागि यति नै. Thank you so much. Have a happy evening.